Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. So let's talk about Josh Duggar. So we got about 3 weeks. It's less than 3 weeks before Josh Duggar is set to be sentenced for his December 2021 CP conviction. And his legal team just requested to push back his sentencing date. So late on March 18th, Duggar's defense team filed a motion with the Western District of Arkansas Federal Court in Fayetteville, requesting an approximate 30-day continuance. The filing stated that the delay would provide additional time to pursue additional information and documentation. Josh's sentencing date is supposed to be on April 5th. If nothing changes, if the judge denies this request, it will be April 5th. And he is looking at possibly 20 years in prison. Also a fine of $250,000 per count, 2 counts. The court documents that was obtained by different media outlets, Sojo Files has it. I will link her podcast in the description box below if you guys want to check it out, where she goes over all the filings that have been filed throughout this case. But the latest court documents where he's trying to push back his trial, it reads, because of certain reasonable COVID-19 precautions understandably instituted at the jail at which Duggar is being detained, it has been more difficult scheduling meetings with Duggar than during more ordinary times. Josh Duggar's legal team has had a delay in scheduling certain attorney-client privilege meetings by video conference with Josh Duggar. The defense then explained that they would benefit from a continuance to provide additional time to pursue additional information and documentation. Josh's legal team also has scheduling issues with unrelated cases, which would be resolved if this case could be postponed. The legal team insisted that this request is not to delay or hinder the proceedings. I'm not so sure I believe that, but whatever. District Judge Timothy L. Brooks has yet to rule on this request. And like I said, if he agrees to this, it'll be pushed 30 days out from my understanding. If not, April 5th, he will go ahead and he will face the judge and he will be sentenced for his what he's been convicted of. Now, I want to touch on this a little bit. The Sojo Files, if you listen to the latest episode of the Sojo Files, it's like 11 minutes long. But she talks about how she was able to obtain the call logs, the regular call logs, as well as the video call logs of Josh Duggar. She said that she obtained these logs for like a month's worth of time. And in that month's worth of time where she obtained these calls, he's called his wife, Anna, over 100 times. There were 5 calls to Travis Story. She calculated the total. He's spent over $300 in a month on calls to his wife. So it doesn't really make a lot of sense. They're basically saying that they have not been able to talk to Josh as much as they would be if it wasn't for COVID-19. They're saying because of certain reasonable COVID-19 precautions understandably instituted at the jail at which Duggar is being detained, it has been more difficult scheduling meetings with Duggar than during more ordinary times. Also, they said that they're asking for the delay because scheduling certain attorney-client privilege meetings by video conference with Josh has proven to be a little bit difficult. So if it's being difficult, I'm going to have to say it's on the attorney's side, because Josh Duggar sits in a cell all day where he is taking full advantage of the phone that he can obviously use, because literally in 1 month's time, he has called his wife over 100 times. So I don't feel like he is the issue. He's obviously available at any time. They would need him to be available to have a video conference, or for them to just speak on the phone to talk about whatever needs to be talked about so they can go ahead with this sentencing. So I do wonder if they are filing this request to kind of push back, delay, or hinder the sentencing date. But they're saying that's not what it is. Now, also, Josh's legal team filed a motion for an acquittal of the guilty verdict, or a new trial, or the dismissal of the possession of CP. Prosecutors responded by claiming the evidence of the defendant's guilt is clear and overwhelming. Josh's attorney fired back by calling the trial and guilty verdict unconstitutional. The judge has not ruled on the appeal yet either. The pre-sentence investigation report, which helps determine the appropriate sentence, was completed in February. Josh's legal team filed a response or objection to these findings, though all those documents have been sealed. Also, we have heard that there's a victim impact statement that someone has that may be read at this sentencing, but that information is sealed, so we don't know who that is. A Beverly Hills attorney, a man by the name of Adam Michael Sachs, he says from everything that he knows about the case, he thinks that Josh Duggar will get the maximum sentence. Judge Brooks will decide on the exact number of years based on a range determined by the federal sentencing table that factors in criminal history, age of the victims, the CP, the material, and everything that went on. There's like this table where they figure out what would be the appropriate sentence. And this attorney, Adam Sachs, he believes that Josh will get the maximum sentence in the range. Now, this lawyer, he specializes in family and criminal law. He said the judge doesn't have a lot of discretion because of the formula used in the sentencing. If the judge feels like he's worth saving, he'll go towards the lower end of the range. But say if Josh has a bad attitude while in court that day, or if the judge is influenced by the victim impact statement, he may aim for the higher range. The attorney said for Josh, I believe he will get a higher sentence because the courts do not want to deal with being accused of giving special treatment or giving someone with Josh's status a slap on the wrist. He said the judge might say, people look up to you, you are on television, you should have been a better example for the people who watch you. The attorney also confirmed that Josh's 2 charges will run concurrently, meaning that he will serve both sentences at the same time. So that's right around the corner, you guys. Right around the corner. We are less than 3 weeks out. And even if they push this back, say they get the judge signs off on the delay, that's 30 days. But soon enough, we're going to know Josh Duggar's fate. So I'm going to be, keeping my eyes out to see what the judge does here, if he's going to sign off on it or if not. Either way, I'll come back and I'll let you guys know what the deal is going to be with this sentencing hearing. When I find out, you guys find out. Make sure you give this video a huge thumbs up. Leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. If you are not subscribed to my channel yet, please do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button down below. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye, everyone.